Keir Starmer may be the Prime Minister, but the other real winner last night was Nigel Farage and his merry band of new MPs, where they repeatedly beat the Tories into third place across the land. They picked up 4 seats, including Tory defector Lee Anderson. Sunman Oliver Harvey had the pleasure of spending the evening in Clacton, and he sent us this report.
We're going to make our own way.
Right, OK.
You watch us.
OK.
You watch us.
How many seats are you expecting?
I don't know. Millions of votes at the bridgehead in Parliament.
Yeah.
That was the goal, and we're achieving it.
Nigel Farage has finally done it. At the 8th time of asking, he's been elected as an MP representing Clacton-on-Sea in Essex.
There's a massive gap on the centre-right of British politics, and my job is to fill it. And that's exactly what I'm going to do.
The stonking Tory majority, 25,000, was washed away like a sandcastle on the beach at high tide.
We have a very enthusiastic group of people, a booming membership. This is going to be, you're going to be surprised with what we do out around the country, believe me.
Our country needs Nigel Farage in Parliament. Clacton needs Nigel Farage in Parliament.
Feeling ecstatic because I know that Nigel will bring something to us here in Clacton that other people can't do. With inward investment, whether that is public or private financed, and I think that's going to be good for Clacton.
Nigel Farage is going from here in Clacton Pier all the way to the Palace of Westminster after finally becoming an MP at the 8th attempt. We've been out into Clacton to ask people why they voted Farage and what now becomes of the Tory party. So Andrew, Nigel Farage finally an MP at the 8th time of trying. What's that mean to you?
It means a lot to me. I think it means a lot for Clacton. We're actually going to get someone who's interested in Clacton, someone who's passionate, someone who's going to do what he says, someone who supports Britain, supports the people of Britain, supports the positive things of our country, and I think we can only go forward from here.
I am thrilled. I am over the moon, and I thank God for that, because we desperately needed a change. The Conservatives let us down. They are split in two. They are constantly bickering amongst themselves. They don't have time to think about the public. Labour has a different agenda, which I won't get into. And so I will be celebrating.
I believe in what his promises for what he wants to do, what he wants to see the UK become. I think the UK over the last 10 years has fallen down at many hurdles in terms of actually looking after the people in the communities, providing for the communities and offering almost that voice of reason that people need in community societies. You know, when things do get tough, when we had the recession, we had COVID and things like that, and I think he's the strongest candidate that's going to lead us into a new change and for a better Britain.
James, so Nigel Farage has won a Westminster seat here in Clacton at the 8th time of asking. What do you think he can do for your town?
Speak, because everyone's too frightened to speak. Yeah, they're all nodding dogs up that town hall. Yeah, they're all frightened to just view their opinion. You've seen Nigel in the European Union. You've seen him stand up on his own and just tell people how it is, and that's why I'm voting for him, because he's got a gob on him. Yeah, he's got a voice, and he's not frightened to have a row. He loves having a row. We're sick of people that are getting elected that don't speak up for the people. This could be a lovely seaside town, but they need a couple of road sweepers and some dust carts and clear the place up. It's embarrassing. But yeah, good for Nigel. He deserves it.
Do you think that Nigel Farage is going to be good for Clacton?
No, I don't, because I don't think he'll be around for long. I mean, he says he's going to be here every Friday and do his surgeries and that. I mean, that remains to be seen. My concern is he's surrounding himself with all the local councillors who haven't done a lot in the last 4 to 6 years, or maybe longer than that. And, we need a change here. If it's a change, it's a proper change. And if we need fresh blood, we need fresh blood that's going to be here locally, consistently.
Do you think he might skip off to America?
Oh, without a doubt, without a doubt. I mean, if the lure of Donald Trump becomes president again, why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? First class jet or the A12 in traffic problems, where would you be?
And I think Reform's #1 policy, clamping down on immigration.
We have no immigrants here. We have no illegal immigrants in Clacton. I mean, that's not what I'm seeing. I mean, if he can do anything, it's raising young people's aspirations. We've got young people here who are looking for jobs, and there's lack of jobs, you know. And sadly, we've got generations of people here that haven't been able to work because of lack of jobs and stuff. You know, and that goes nationwide, doesn't it? I mean, if he talks the talk, he's got to walk the walk.
I think Conservatives now and Labour Party, they've had their day. You know, I think it's time for change because it's just the same old stuff that's going on. So it's just time for change. Hopefully they'll be the opposition, yeah. You know, and then hopefully down the line there's a good chance for 2029 for change.
Mr Farage wants to clamp down on immigration. Are you going to find it difficult to get your staff over here?
No, not at all. I think, you know, we employ a lot of people from the UK. We also offer training for those in the UK. We offer a lot of apprenticeship schemes. We work very closely with colleges, with universities, and apprenticeship programs as well. And we try and give back to the communities and employ people from communities that, you know, have a lower employment rate, or there's a lot of people that are unemployed. And we try and help those communities and offer something more than just, you know, a faceless corporation to work for. We try and build everyone in to actually understand what we want to achieve as a business as well.
Hilda, you're an immigrant yourself. Mr Farage wants to clamp down on immigration. So why are you supporting him?
I'm supporting him because of the level of immigration has risen to an extent where our country isn't coping.
And we had the two candidates, one caught up here for homophobia and the other one was uttering racist comments. Do you still support them after that?
There's no place for racism in our society at all. We all know that. Why should there be? You know, everyone's born equal. Everyone's got their good points, everyone's got their bad points. We should be looking for the good points in people, not the bad points.
And what's going to happen now on the right side of British politics? Do you think Mr Farage will try and take control of the Conservatives, or do you think the two parties will forge together, or what do you think is going to happen now?
I don't know. I couldn't say. I don't know. We've had it from Brexit, haven't we? What happened in Brexit? None of us really knew what was going to happen. None of us really could have predicted what did happen. But at the time, he said he would push Brexit through, and he did. How he did it behind the scenes, we don't know, but he did what he said, and that's all I can really say. Is I support him because mostly he's done what he said.
What is it about Clacton that makes it such a reform hotbed?
I think it's you'll find this a lot on the East Coast particularly. There are places that have been left behind a bit, and they feel it first. They feel the pinch first. They're places that need investment. They need bringing forward. And that's what the people here, I think, are looking at above all else, to be honest. That's certainly what I've been hearing on the doorstep. People want investment to come to this area. It's not come in the past. We've had 7 years of the current Conservative, or previous Conservative MP, I should say now, and it just didn't come. We have confidence that it will now.